What? Well, today I'm going to be talking about natural joys. They're kind of like, what do nature give us that we should or we must need to protect them and we must need to respect them because there really was some important thing that happened in your life that's really important that you didn't even notice. So let's look at different things that nature gives us. First, nature gives us fruit. Nature gives us food, of course. I don't mean that always every food was made out from nature. They have some changes, but from all of them, they change from just the very first step of a fruit that comes from nature. That comes into different steps and get into the parts that comes to our mouth when we're eating. So it's just come from nature. Like now, if you're eating some burgers, you probably think about those breads that are made out from wheat. Yeah, those sausages that are made out from those pigs. Yeah, that is a kind of thing that also is being made out of nature. I don't mean that you can just go outside, plant a hot dog tree to get some hot dogs to eat. That means that you get some ingredient, you mix it up with different things to make it into a food that we have for today's food. And did you know that from those, it can even make some drinks for us, like those beer that some adults drinks, those wines that those people will have when they have a dinner, or even those coffees that you see your dad or your grandpa drinks every morning. Yeah, that is something that comes from nature. They all come from nature. Next is a lot of things aside, like people like us also come from nature. Because now, just think, if we don't have a good environment with trees that give us straight oxygen to breathe, it gives us the nice and fresh air for us to have a nice day. It's something that nature gives us for us to live. You can see it also makes food for us. But there's also another thing that makes us happy by nature. You know that nature would have part at creating you. So nature would give you a smile. They would give you the five senses like touch, see, hear, smell, and taste. Those are just happening when we have nature. Like now, in our daily life. Now, if there's nothing for us to look at, then we wouldn't even need to use with our eyes. Those parts is just so important. Nature is just so important for them to work. Nature also makes different things like sounds, or sometimes they will help us to learn different knowledge too. It helps us to learn. Yeah, nature is our thing. It is our way of giving us different things to learn now. The reason why we have that exciting subject, science, is because of nature. We have a lot of things to discover about nature. We have a lot of things to discover about it, like different kind of species of animals that are special in those days. Yeah, and from the books that you are reading every day to get knowledge for, it's also made out from trees. Yeah. And those nature's resources would also give us a nice and good enough material to build these houses that we're living in. Like in my countryside, there's a house that's being built out by nature. There's a lot of part that's made out of wood from nature. Now maybe if you look inside your home, maybe some furniture, I would I think you will probably see an object or furniture that made up by wood. You see, nature just gives us a lot of things. Next, they give us the animals that we like and we love, like those birds that would sweet, those songs for us, those fish that would have us to eat or would have us to have a pet, those cows that give us milk, those sheep that give us the fur of it. Now, if you have a cat, you probably know that it was so good to have a pet from those animals. Those animals just come out from nature. It doesn't come out by making or by a big factory. No. Next, it gives us weathers. Like today, the weather now is very hot. I want to have a rain. And suddenly there's a rain that helps to cool us down. I feel really happy about it. Well, now maybe the weather is a little bit hot. I want to have some winds. They can make me feel cooler. That's just nature. It helps a lot. And nature also helps us in the materials that we have every day. The trees that we use to make papers have been grown by weather. Also, the animals that have been grown by those farmers will also need nature to live. Those plants that we grow will also need weather to stay survive. Especially those wild ones in the forest that don't have a lot of people that go and take care of them. Next, now maybe in your house there's a garden. So inside that garden, you can see that nature gives you joys. My mom plants a small garden in front of my house. It makes her happy because she feels happy when she can take care of them. And plant is not just a thing that makes us feel happy, but they give us fruits. There's a lots of kind of plants that give us fruits, like wheat, apple trees, orange trees, strawberries, ones, or lots of ones too. So you see, nature gives us a lot of things, especially give us the thing that we need for daily life. So it's really important to have those things that nature gives us. See you next time.